Hello, beautiful people. My name is Cherie, and you are watching Cherie Reads. So, as you can tell by the title, this is a BookTube Newbie Tag. I first want to start off by saying that this channel has existed for other past videos. So I have privated those videos, and because I've neglected this channel and my subscribers, I apologize, but now I'm switching it from what it used to be to a BookTube channel so I can talk about books. So I am just reformatting and changing my entire channel in a new direction, and so that's why I have the subscriber count that I do, but I'm still a newbie. So hope you understand that. So wanted to get that out the way because I know someone might ask me, and rightfully so, they should. So I have 10 questions here. I'm just going to answer the 10 questions on BookTube newbies. Why did I start this channel? One, I was pressured into it. Good pressure. But two, I really just want to talk about books. I love reading. I love getting into different worlds and aspects and diving into just a hobby, I guess. It really has been my form of self-care, and I love reading, and so that's why I'm starting this channel. I also have an Instagram where I've been sharing the last few months just my thoughts and books that I'm reading, so you can follow me there. What are some fun and unique things that I can bring to BookTube? Hopefully another passion for reading. So I always say, like, I'm just a single mom who fell in love with reading again, because all the reading that I've done prior to me starting, prior to 2021, was I would read maybe like 5 books a year on a personal reading level. But I'm also an educator, so I read a lot in the classroom, and so I never found time to read. So hopefully I can bring, just like the productivity and how I fit in with all the many things that I do. Hopefully I'll be able to inspire someone else to read more books. So I don't know what else I will bring to this channel other than a lot of hauls. So that will be fun. What are you most excited about for this new channel? Honestly, the engagement. I am such a recluse in real life that putting myself on social media has opened my social life a little bit more, and finding friends that have the same hobbies as me. I literally read all the time, and because of that, like, I really enjoy other people and discussions and getting new recommendations. So I'm excited for the engagement. I'm excited to do sprints and live sprints and stuff like that with some friends that I've become acquainted to thanks to BookTube. So I'm looking forward to that. Why do I love reading? Again, it has become a form of self-care for me personally. It helps me with my anxiety to get out of the realistic world and jump into a different world. It also has helped my relationship and the bond that I have between my kid and her reading. So I love reading because I really truly enjoy it, and it has helped me mentally more than anything. Which book or series got you into reading? The book that got me into reading was The Alchemist. If you have not read this, it really, just to put it short and sweet, is like really about a guy who finds his spiritual path. There's a lot of self-doubt that he has, and he goes on this journey to find himself, find skills, and to just like learn more about overcoming certain things. There's a lot more to it than that, but in a gist, this book changed my way of, because I used to read like a lot of nonfiction self-development books, and that's what I spent a lot of 2021 on. But this book got me into fictional reading, and really changed my world a little bit. I would say, yeah. The other book that I would give credit to is, this is a realistic historical fiction, and this is called The Personal Librarian. This is by two different authors, and it is about a woman who presents to be light-skinned and white-passing, and takes on a job to be a personal librarian at JP Morgan's home. So she is white-passing. She changes her name, and her father is the first African American in real life, the first African American to graduate from Harvard, and as a personal librarian for JP Morgan, and organizes his collection. The library is still up in New York, and he has one of the finest collections back then, and she just works with a lot of rare material and books and stuff like that. And so I think that this is one that I would give credit to as well, as something that really got me into diving into a lot more, reading a lot more, because I was just so intrigued by the entire story. What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? I don't know. If I have a question, I always leave it in the comments. And I guess I would ask, one of the questions that I would be curious on, like, if you weren't reading and doing BookTube, like, what other hobbies would you be doing? That would be my question, I guess. I usually have a question in regards to like one of their videos or a book recommendation that they've done, or TBR list. I always just ask it in the comments. So I guess, like, what other hobbies would you do if it wasn't for BookTube? What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think the hardest thing that I would overcome with starting BookTube is that, for any YouTuber, is just being consistent. If I'm not reading, like, that, it takes away from reading. I guess editing and like posting video take away from reading, but which is not a big deal, because it's, it doesn't last all day. So the other thing that I would have a hard time with is a lot of other booktubers have a lot more experience with. They've been doing this for years, and I'm such a newbie that I can't tell you BookTube and things that have happened, or authors, or different things like that. Like, I am not familiar with compared to the experiences that other booktubers bring. So I find that might be a challenge. My biggest worry is making sure that I'm being consistent, but that's with everything in life, is that being consistent and making sure I meet certain goals. So the lack of experience is my biggest concern with being a newbie on BookTube. When did I start reading? I've always read. I don't think I stopped reading. The thing that especially, I grew up on Artemis, Junie B. Jones. I love Junie B. Jones. I love Chicken Book for the Soul books. When I was a kid, in like middle school, high school, I've always read, but then when I moved over to education, like it stopped being about like reading for fun and reading for work, and that's where I like cut out my personal reading, and worked on more just self-development reading. So I would only read books that were self-development, rather than reading for fun. So I've always read. I think I began reading as early as like 4 or 5, I believe. But I really kicked up reading fictional books, like on a personal level, not for work, but from a personal level. I really like amped that up since I want to say July is when I really started reading fictional books. July of 2021. Where do I read? At home, in bed, most of the time. I love reading in bed. I read everywhere. Like I said, I read after dinner, I read before dinner, I read when I get home from work, I read at work, I read on my lunch break, I read before work, I listen to audiobooks when I'm cooking or cleaning. I'm always doing some type of reading. What kind of books do I read? So I love fantasy books. I love thriller books. So it would definitely be in an order of fantasy, thrillers, horror. Then I would go to romance. Like romance is my least favorite. I don't hate me. A romance is my least favorite genre to read, but I love fantasy. I love um, thrillers and then horrors. So that's what I like to read. That's all the questions I have. So is there anything else I want to share? Honestly, any recommendations? I'm going to be doing a book haul next week. I'm placing a few orders in, including from Waterstone, and buying a ton of books because I need more. So far, I've been reading. I do have a reading journal, and so far, I've been reading about 10 to 20 books a month. And like I said, I read all the time, and I will do reading vlogs to show you guys how I'm doing that because why not? But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys subscribe, and I will be posting another video soon to make an announcement on a read along, and hopefully you guys will join us. And yeah, stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.